Hey everybody, guys, this is TJ here, and today I want to do a just a little overview on my Halloween collection here on 4K, and got some Blu-rays in here. Very beautiful. Just want to show you guys and go over each film one at a time. There are currently 12 films right now, and we got the brand new movie Halloween Ends, which comes out next Friday, I believe on the 14th or the 15th. I believe on the 14th. Um, but yeah, I'm ready to see that one. Really pumped to see that one. And when it comes to the Halloween film, this is my second favorite horror movie franchise. My favorite is being Friday 13th, but Halloween, Michael Myers definitely comes a close second. So I'm gonna go over each film one at a time, and we're gonna start off right here with the first one, the original John Carpenter's Halloween. This is the 4K and Blu-ray of the film, and I know a lot of people don't like the new artwork for the 4K covers, but I love these artworks for all the films, especially the first one. This is a very beautiful artwork you got right here with Michael and the knife. Got the reflection of the knife. Got the car in the back. Got the leaves falling. This came out in '78 with Jamie Lee Curtis and the great Donald Pleasence as Dr. Samuel Loomis. Love Donald Pleasence. But this is the first movie right here. Great film. Michael Myers at the beginning, he kills his sister and get locked up, and he escapes and go to Haddonfield and starts on his killing spree. But yes, great movie. Just a simple story. With Jamie Lee Curtis as the final girl. Got some pretty good kills in here. Especially with I think Bob, the guy with the glasses. But really great movie. You got trying to remember who plays Michael Myers in this one. Dang, I can't remember his name. What is the guy's name who played Michael Myers in this? Nick Castle. He did a phenomenal job as Michael Myers. And yeah, that is the first one, John Carpenter's Halloween. It's not my favorite out of all the movies. I will be honest with you. It's not my favorite, but it is a great movie. That is the first one, Halloween. And the transfer on these, well, on all of them, especially the ones on 4K, great transfers too. You got the second one, Halloween 2. Love that cover art right here with Michael in the hospital in the back. And you look real closely, he got the bullet holes on his body, which Dr. Loomis had shot him. He said he shot him 6 times. But this is a great, fantastic sequel, and in ways, especially when it comes to the first two movies, I think I prefer this one just a little bit more to the first movie. I love that it picks off right where the first movie left off. Great sequel. I always love this one. Got Jamie Lee Curtis again. And great movie. Can't say great things about it. I love that it takes place in the hospital. The only gripe I have with this one is the portrayal of Michael Myers. He's more robotic in this one, which is okay. And then the mask. I know people say it's the same mask from the first movie. I believe the actor who wore that, I believe his face was more wider. But other than that, great movie. The kills even got even more ramped up, especially the famous hot tub scene. Love that scene, and some great kills, like I said. But yes, that is on Halloween 2 here on 4K, which also looks beautiful on the format. So Halloween 2, which came out in '81. Now we get into Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, here on 4K, and this is probably the best cover art of the films from Scream Factory. But yes, after Michael Myers had died in the second movie, when he's burnt in the fire. The studios wanted to do something new with an anthology series, and this is being Season of the Witch, where the Colonel Cochran, he makes the mask for Halloween. And I know a lot of people don't like the Silver Shamrock theme song, but I love it. It's catchy. But if you would have told me years back, when I first watched it, I hated it. I absolutely hated this movie. If you would have told me when I first watched it, I couldn't even get through it. I'm like, this don't have nothing to do with Michael Myers. But when I watched it the second viewing, when I was doing the series marathon, I love this movie. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved this movie. I love that they took a risk with this film. Very curious what it could have been if this movie didn't flop and it didn't get a negative backlash from the fans, because they say Halloween 4 was supposed to have been a ghost story. Would have been curious to know what that would have been. But yes, going on Season of the Witch. Love this movie. The cinematography, the acting, the kills. This is great. Every time I watch this movie, I love it even more and more and more. Great movie. You got Tom Atkins, and you got Stacey Nelkin, and Dan O'Hurley as Colonel Cochran. And there's a scene in this movie where the kid put the mask on, and where he's watching it from the TV, and the kid just collapsed, and it's like bugs, snakes, and it just comes out his head and mouth and everything, which is really gnarly. But this is here Season of the Witch, which came out in '82. So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen this movie in years, or never even seen it, or even try to avoid it because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, give this movie a watch or a rewatch, because this is definitely great right here. Love this movie. So that is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And because of the negative backlash that Season of the Witch got, we got Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, which came out in '88. This takes place 10 years after the original movie. And if you ask me today, this is probably my favorite Halloween movie out of all of them. There's some competitions with this one, but absolutely love this movie. Love the atmosphere. Although Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't return from this movie, but you get Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd, as Jamie Lee Curtis' daughter in this movie, Laurie Strode from that. But yes, this came out in '88, and I also love Ellie Cornell as Rachel. Rachel and Jamie Lloyd is actually my favorite characters from the Halloween series. Yes, even over Laurie Strode. But I love the cover art right here. You look closely. You got Danielle Harris, Jamie Lloyd right there, the reflection of the knife. And I know a lot of people have problems with the mask. I actually love the mask in this one. A lot of people say it's too white and the hair too slicked back. But I love the mask, and I also love that you don't get to see his eyes at all in this movie. Especially, there's a great shot of this movie with Michael with this pose where he grabs Jamie through the bed, and when he looks up, you see the thunder. When he comes up out of the bed, the thunder appears, and Michael do that pose. Always love that shot of this movie. But I love the mask. Also love the kills in this movie, and Donald Pleasence also comes back as Dr. Loomis, and Donald Pleasence is great in all of the ones that he is in. So he does returns in this movie, but also love the kills, especially the shotgun, where the girl where Michael stabs the shotgun through the girl's stomach and gets pinned up against the wall. And I also love Sheriff Meeker in this too. But yeah, that is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And the ending is amazing. So ballsy. Love this movie. So that is Return of Michael Myers. Now we get into Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. This is the 5th movie, and this came out in '89. And when I first watched this movie, I loved it. But every time I rewatch it more, I do like this movie. I always will and always have. But it has gone down a little bit for me. But still a really fun movie. I don't like the mask in this movie. No, they did terrible with the mask. And that's one thing with each movie. I'm like, dang, people, we can't get it right with the mask. Really, only the first one. Really, only mask I like is the first one, the first movie, the fourth movie. Curse of Michael Myers, Rob Zombie. His mask was great in that one, and in the newer movies. But Michael still lives on, and he's out for revenge. Got Donald Pleasence here again. Loved the Pleasence as Dr. Loomis, and Danielle Harris also comes back in this movie as Jamie. And I know a lot of people hate that she's a mute. I actually don't mind that she's a mute because Danielle Harris does a fantastic job in this one as well. Really great actress. But you also got Ellie Cornell as Rachel. They did my girl dirty in this one. She gets killed in the first 20 to 25 minutes. And she's get replaced by Tina. I know a lot of people hates Tina. Tina's not bad. It just, that's her personality. I don't think she is as bad as people make her out to be. But that is on Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Got some pretty great kills, especially with the farm scene where they're in the barn where the guy get stabbed with the pitchfork. And this one introduces the Man in Black. Which will go into the Curse of Michael Myers. I know a lot of people like to say the Thorn trilogy, which I never got that because Halloween 4 doesn't have nothing to do with the Thorn. I always call it the Jamie trilogy. But yeah, that is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. And now we get into one of the controversial ones. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. This is the 6th film, and if you see my unboxing the other day, I unboxed this, H2O and Resurrection. You can check that on the channel. And yes, like I say, controversial, and I don't care what nobody says. I absolutely love this movie. This is a fantastic Halloween film. I love the atmosphere. Michael is brutal, mean as hell. Come on, guys. You even got Paul Rudd in his first movie as Tommy Doyle. Love Paul Rudd, one of the most likable actors, one of my favorite actors. Love Paul Rudd. Come on, got Ant-Man versus Michael Myers, and this was Donald Pleasence's last film as Dr. Loomis, so it was dedicated to him. And I did see the producer's cut for the first time the other night because I always seen the theatrical version, and I have seen the producer's cut, and I have to say I love the producer's cut. I love the movie even more. And which one I prefer? I'm gonna say the producer's cut. Honestly, you get to know more of the Man in Black. I also love that the Halloween theme, the score is in this movie a lot more than the theatrical version. And but I will say that the theatrical version has the better kills. The kills are more tamer in the producer's cut. And I also love the final act. I love the final act in the theatrical version than the producer's cut. So I do believe the producer's cut has the better everything besides the last half. But yes, this is the 6th movie. Love this movie. I always love this movie. I will always defend The Curse of Michael Myers. So that is it. And we get into the 7th movie, Halloween H2O, 20 years later. This here is the return of Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. This time she has a son, Josh Hartnett. I believe his name was John Tate in the film. And this one is some consider it as a fan favorite of the films, or even one of the best sequels. It's not my favorite out of all of them, to be honest with you. I will admit that I do prefer my Michael more violent and brutal, like the last movie. But in this movie is good. It's very fun. One thing I will never take away from this movie had heart, and I always loved it. I loved about it about this movie. You also get to see a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which honestly he has one of the best kills. It's off screen, but you see the aftermath where he gets the ice skate to the face. Really, that was an awesome kill. But this one right here, you get to see Laurie Strode. She faked her death and she's in hiding from Michael. She works in a school, and this movie ignores Halloween 3 through 6, and it's a direct sequel to Halloween 2, which some people like that they ignored ignored the sequels. To me, I never cared that they ignored it. I mean, they could at least acknowledge that, at least Jamie, at least. I understand why they ignored it, especially the direction they was going with. But I'm such a fan of the other films that I don't like that they ignored it, especially with 2018. But yes, you also got LL Cool J in this movie. He plays a funny role. And Michael Myers in this, he's good in this. I do like the portrayal of it, although the mask does changes a bit in the film. I do like this mask when they use this one, but the other mask, it is noticeable, especially the CG mask. But yeah, but the ending, the showdown with Laurie and Michael is fantastic and one of the best moments out of the whole franchise. And they probably should have ended it with this one. We'll get into Resurrection in a bit, but the showdown when Laurie cut Michael's head off and it cuts to black with the Halloween theme, that just gives chills. So yes, that is Halloween 20 years later. Not my favorite, but it is damn good. Now we get into the most hated one, either that or the Rob Zombie movies. That is Halloween Resurrection here. And this movie, and I'm gonna say it right now, this movie is nowhere near as bad as people want to make it out to be. I understand the hate, but it's not that bad. I can have fun with this movie, especially with Busta Rhymes as Freddy. But yes, you get Jamie Lee Curtis. She's only in it like the first 10 minutes. She gets killed off. But which, yes, I know they said Jamie Lee Curtis. I know she don't care for this movie, but it ain't as bad as people want to make it out to be. And I actually do like the portrayal of Michael in this one, although the mask is okay. This one you got to deal with after Jamie gets killed off. It's like Busta Rhymes has this Dangertainment. You see right there. He trying to shoot like a little reality, like a TV show where the kids in there, they win a contest and they have headsets, just walking around the house and see what drove Michael for what he is and stuff like that. But it ain't a bad movie. There's some pretty good kills in here too. But that is Halloween Resurrection, which came out in 2002. But yeah, and the 4K transfers for this H2O and Curse of Michael Myers are fantastic transfers for that too. So that is Halloween Resurrection. Not as bad as people want to make it out to be. I can have fun with it. And now we get into the Rob Zombie films. This is Halloween. This is the remake, 2-disc unrated collector's edition. One of the most frightening stabathons of recent years by Kyle Smith. And I know this one, especially the next one we'll get into, I know people hate these movies. People trash on them. Probably because of Rob Zombie. And I know people want to know what are my thoughts on it. And I am not going to be one of them. I absolutely love this movie. Love this movie. Fantastic. It's actually one of my favorite horror remakes of all time. One of the best in my opinion. This one, Rob Zombie goes more into the backstory of Michael Myers, why he is the way he is. This one, you get to see Michael Myers as a young kid, and you see that he's being bullied through school. He's not living in the best household. His mother's boyfriend played by William Forsythe, being mean to him, picking on him. But I love this movie. Tyler Mane is awesome as Michael Myers in this. Is actually one of my favorite portrayals of Michael Myers. And every time I talk about this movie, I have to give the kid, Dave Forrest, as the young Michael Myers. He was amazing in this movie. Fantastic. That kid just looks scary. He put an amazing performance. Even when he looks innocent, the boy just looks like a killer. Love this movie. But yeah, and you also get to see Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis in this. He was a great casting choice, and he was great in this movie. We will get, and Sharon Moon Zombie, I know she gets a lot of hate. She's not bad in this movie at all. She's a pretty good actress, and I do like Rob Zombie's films, especially his trilogy with The House of Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. But I thought Rob Zombie did a great job in this movie. Laurie Strode, she's great in this too. What is her name? Scout Taylor Compton, she's great in this. Get to see Danielle Harris again, but she plays Annie Brackett, and Brad Dourif. He's fantastic as the father. I forget the sheriff name in this movie. Sheriff Brackett. He's great in this, especially in the next movie we're gonna get to talk about. And I also love the kills in this movie. That is the unrated director's cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween. Love this movie. Don't care what nobody say. I will defend this one. Now we get into the double feature. These are the theatrical versions of the first Rob Zombie Halloween, and you get to see Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I always love that cover art for that. Family is Forever. And this is another one just like Halloween 3. If you would have told me years back what I think of this movie, I absolutely hated it. But after the rewatches, I absolutely love this movie. Love this movie. Love Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I know I'm going to get some hate in the comments, but I love this movie. This movie doesn't get the credit that it truly deserves. And actually, believe it or not, last night was my first time ever getting to see the theatrical version of Halloween 2. And I should slap myself in the face for that, because I love the theatrical version. The theatrical version is much better than the unrated director's cut. I don't know what Rob Zombie was thinking with the unrated version, especially with that ending when Michael get this. He actually spoke in the unrated version, but this right here, I love this movie. This is how I will watch it. I will always watch the theatrical version of Halloween 2. I do prefer the unrated version of the first one, but that is Halloween 2, and Tyler Mane is killing it as Michael Myers in this one. But absolutely love this movie, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. If you have not, guys, get a chance to at least watch the theatrical version, I highly recommend, because the ending to this movie is better than the unrated version. Now we get into the newer films, and we got here Halloween 2018. I did get to see this one when it came out in theaters, and love this movie. Definitely a return to form to the franchise, although I'm a fan of the franchise anyway. Get Jamie Lee Curtis back here again as Laurie. This time they ignore all of the sequels besides the first movie, direct sequel to the first movie, and they did a great job on explaining that. And I also love James Jude Courtney as Michael Myers is my favorite Michael Myers. Either James Jude Courtney, Tyler Mane, and George P. Wilbur are my favorite Michael Myers. But yes, you get here, right here on 4K. Love Halloween 2018. Love this movie, and the kills are great too. Definitely a great portrayal of Michael Myers. And now we get to the last movie before get to the last movie until Halloween Ends comes out, and that is Halloween Kills here on 4K. This is the extended cut, includes alternate ending, also includes theatrical version. And I know a lot of people hate this one too, especially with The Evil Dies Tonight. I know people don't like this one, but absolutely love this movie too. It's one of my favorite out of the series, and I actually do prefer it over 2018. And 2018 is great as well. But I love that this movie takes off where 2018 left off, with Michael in the fire, and Michael kills in this is brutal, amazing. Love this one. This is definitely a favorite of mine, especially when Michael come out that house in the fire when he kills the firefighters. Fantastic scene. I can always watch that scene. I know a lot of people don't like it, especially that Jamie Lee Curtis is not in this movie that much, but I don't care. I didn't need her to be in the movie all the way through. And also, and I actually do prefer the characters to this one, to the 2018 version. The granddaughter, I thought she was better in this one. I thought, especially the daughter, Jamie Lee daughter was better in this one than the 2018, and the granddaughter's boyfriend Cameron, he was also better in this one, and he gets a brutal kill in this movie. Love Halloween Kills. This is another one I would defend, and I love this movie. I'm gonna watch these two tonight. But that is Halloween Kills here on 4K Blu-ray. So yeah, guys, that is my Halloween collection here on Blu-ray and on 4K, and can't wait to see Halloween Ends, which comes out next Friday. So if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this where I go over a whole series and talk about each film one by one, let me know in the comments. And like I say, I'll be back for more.